If you've ever felt that your body's aches were all there was, that pain was simply something to endure, this episode invites you to look deeper. Today we awaken the frequency of sacred sight, honor the third eye point, Yin Tang, and tune into 963 Hz vibration to eliminate hidden narratives beneath your symptoms. Inhale clarity-enhancing frankincense or lavender, steep in Tulsi tea by day and peppermint tea by night. Practice a daily sight awakening ritual, and you'll discover that healing begins not with fixing, but with seeing the deeper root cause. Do you ever sense a quiet pulse deep in your bones, calling you towards something bigger than symptom relief? You aren't here to fix yourself. You are here to remember that the healer has always lived within you. Welcome to Awaken Your Inner Healer, a sacred container where we dive past quick tips and surface-level solutions. I'm Marci Lubore, your guide and fellow traveler, inviting you to step into a lineage of wise women who have always healed from the inside out. Here, we don't chase healing, we uncover it. Each week, we'll anchor into ritual, breathing into points that ancient practitioners revered, call in allies from the therapeutic oils to earthy herbs that speak directly to your cells, and decode the whispers, the emotional remembrances hiding in your body's terrain. You already carry this knowing. One breath, one point, one ritual at a time. When you learn an acupressure point, teach one. As you awaken your own inner healer, you awaken thousands more. Together, we're not just changing habits, we're shifting the very energy of our lineage, one healed heart at a time. This series is for educational and ritual purposes only. Always honor your unique path and consult a healthcare provider as needed. Let's begin. Make the time, create the space, heal yourself. Welcome back, beautiful soul. I'm so grateful you're here for the fifth and final episode in our mini-series, Awaken Your Inner Healer, the 5 frequencies of healing. Today we tune into Sacred Sight with episode 29, How to Decode Body Signals and Heal Beyond Your Symptoms, guiding you to see beyond your symptoms and decode the silent body messages and trust your inner vision. If you've been told the symptoms are just biology, if you've tried every remedy yet still feel unseen in your own body, this episode holds the key to a different kind of healing, one rooted in perception, story, and soul. As a seeker who has journeyed through unanswered questions and mismatched solutions, you'll learn exactly how to trust your inner vision, activate the third eye point, and weave sacred teas, 963 high vibrational hertz sound healing, and frequencies into daily rituals, so you can step from symptom survivor into the empowered healer you were born to be. Ceremony is the gateway through which your soul learns to see beyond the surface. In every ancient mystery school, from Egyptian temples to Taoist mountain retreats, ritual has always been the mirror that reveals hidden truths. When you arrange your altar or sip that tincture in ritual silence, you're not simply performing a custom, you're awakening the visionary within. By inviting sacred sight through ceremony, you train your senses to recognize the subtle currents beneath everyday life. Each invocation, each ritual act, each whispered affirmation teaches the mind to perceive the unseen, ancestral patterns, soul messages, and energetic imprints. This is how you rekindle your birthright to hold sacred vision, to witness the story encoded in every symptom, every sensation, every breath. So before you engage in your acupressure flow or frequency toning, pause, make the time, create the space, declare your intent, spoken or held in silence, that you are here to reclaim your inner vision. Feel how your awareness expands, how your intuition sharpens, and how your inner healer unveils the path forward. Because when ritual meets sacred sight, your spirit learns to navigate by starlight. Make the time, create the space, heal yourself. Before we begin, find a comfortable seat, soften your gaze, allow your breath to draw you inward. Let this invocation open the gateway to inner vision. I awaken my inner sight. I trust the whispers of my body and the visions of my mind. I see beyond pain to the story beneath it and the light that healing brings. May each sense sharpen, seeing, feeling, knowing, so that I may heal from the inside out. Modern healthcare often treats symptoms as isolated malfunctions, lab values to normalize, prescriptions to fill. But what if pain, tension, or discomfort are not mere errors, but messages? In my own journey, I discovered that headaches weren't just stress. They were unspoken boundary, silently asking me to honor my needs. And when we learn to see these messages, healing shifts from suppression to transformation. I remember the day the phantom itch first danced across my forearm, just above the elbow. No rash, no bite, nothing for my eyes to see, just a whisper. And at the time, I didn't realize my body was speaking a language I had yet to learn. That itch wasn't random, it was a signal. My lung meridian was quietly urging me to speak my truth, to stop saying yes when my soul meant no, to ask for help. But like many of us, I pushed through. I had things to do, kids to take care of, a household to run. At that time, my son John was healing from a MRSA infection in his muscles and bones that nearly killed him. My focus was on him, on survival, not on my body's subtle cries for attention. And still, I was tending to horses twice a day. Not out of obligation, but because I loved them. I had made a commitment. But even in that, I didn't know how to say no. I didn't know how to say, not today, not like this. So I kept showing up, loving them, brushing them, feeding them, while abandoning my own inner signals. I tried to dismiss the whisper. I reached for creams, not because they silenced the itch, but because I hoped they would. I used hot packs for the belly pain that pulsed with something I wasn't ready to feel. And I kept my mind busy, not because I was fine, but because I didn't know how to face what was begging for my attention. But the symptoms didn't go away. They got louder. Deeper in my belly, the large intestine meridian was holding something even older. Unspoken grief. Maybe from this lifetime, maybe from many. Maybe the pain of generations handed down through silence and sacrifice. Eventually, the whispers became screams. The gut pain tightened, which became unbearable. And when I still didn't listen, my body delivered the only message I would finally obey. Surgery. That was a rupture. But it also became my remembering. If I'd only pressed Yin Tang on my forehead to connect to my intuition and whispered, I release what no longer serves me. If I'd only breathed, I speak my truth. That's when everything shifted. I stopped treating my symptoms like enemies and started listening to them as messengers. I stopped scratching the surface and entered a sacred dialogue with my body's ancient wisdom. This is what I know now to be true. Your body's energy systems are sacred partners, helping you to see your weak spots and create boundaries to the last edge of the boundary you're comfortable moving in any one direction, showing you how to move like an amoeba away from what does not feel good any longer, to release your grief through your voice. When they're harmonized through self-acupressure, essential oils, and herbal essences, your body becomes your oracle. I once stood outside the barn staring at a 200-foot garden hose so twisted and tangled, it couldn't carry a drop of water until I untangled it. In that moment, I saw my own emotional life, knotted, looped, and wrapped around itself in quiet chaos. No flow, no breath, just pressure building in places I couldn't see, until I slowed down, softened, and began to listen. That hose became my mirror and my medicine. Because the same way water can't move through a tangled line, healing can't flow through a body holding years of unspoken grief and unseen boundaries. And in that space of reverent inquiry, the soul speaks in whispers. If you listen in deeply, you become the healer you were always meant to be. The 963 hertz solfeggio frequency, known as the frequency of the gods, is revered as a vibration of the highest chakra, your crown chakra, aligning you with the universe and helping manifest your true desires. This frequency activates the pineal gland and opens the crown chakra, offering a pathway to cellular enlightenment and a deeper connection to the divine, awakening higher consciousness. Benefits of this 963 Hz self-acupressure frequency is that it activates the pineal gland, which is shaped like a pine cone and vibrates like a little antenna picking up on stimulus. It opens the crown chakra. It is the frequency of cellular enlightenment, and it promotes connection to the divine, awakening your higher consciousness. Listening to this tone creates a bridge between conscious thought and subconscious wisdom. Anchor this transmission into your week by playing a 963 Hz track. I have one for you to listen to, and I'll put it in the show notes. Simply listen for 3 minutes while you focus on the space between your eyebrows. Yin Tang, also known as the Hall of Impression, is a sacred energetic gateway that bridges your conscious mind with your deeper intuitive knowing. And by gently activating this acupressure point, you open an inner lens through which subtle messages, visions, and clarity can emerge, illuminating the hidden story beneath every sensation. Yin Tang, spelled Y-I-N-T-A-N-G, as I mentioned, also known as the Hall of Impression, lies midway between your eyebrows where your third eye energy pulls. Let's stimulate Yin Tang together. I will now to the point. All you really need to do is simply follow my cues. Sit or lie down comfortably. To locate Yin Tang, place the tip of your index finger of either hand across the bridge of your nose. Good. Now simply slide your finger up onto the soft spot directly above the bone and between your eyebrows. That's it. This is Yin Tang. Using pressure that feels comfortable, press inward with your index finger or your middle finger over the point. For deeper stimulation, I like to place the tip of my middle finger on the fingernail of my index finger, like a piggyback ride. This will create deeper pressure and allow you to guide the stimulation in an easier way. Breathe deeply and naturally. Let's stimulate Yin Tang for 30 seconds using small circular motions. Pressing the skin gently to the left, and then the right, and then upward towards the top of your head and back down towards your eyebrows, as we always do in a small push me, pull you motion. Try each technique and notice the sensation behind the point, spreading out beyond and behind your forehead. I'll give you a moment to drop into this point. This is a gateway to your higher self, the part of you connected to all life force energy. Take a moment and notice how you feel in your body, your mind, and your spirit. Stimulate Yin Tang for another few seconds and brush over Yin Tang with your fingers to close the energy. Finish this meditative practice with a deep exhale. I believe that Yin Tang is a physical connecting point where you can touch your soul. Your body is simply the vehicle in your life, but your soul, your essence, your energy is who you truly are. When you're ready, rest your hands on your lap and notice any images, or thoughts, or sensations that arise. Every sacred ritual you practice deepens your bond with your own inner wisdom. In episode 5, Heal Naturally with Divine Intelligence, you'll learn more about what energy is and where it comes from, and how to open your sacred site with Yin Tang. So listen in this week. The link will be in the show notes. Here's a daily sacred site practice. This morning ritual allows you to anchor into clarity, feeling centered in your intuition, and set an intention of conscious seeing for the day ahead. Its purpose is to align your mind and your heart before activity begins, opening you to subtle insights that guide your choices. Let's choose an essential oil. frankincense or lavender are both wonderful choices. Frankincense grounds your awareness and deepens spiritual connection, opening pathways for inner vision. And lavender soothes mental chatter and harmonizes third eye energies, preparing you to receive subtle insights. Brew yourself a cup of an herbal tea. I like to recommend Tulsi or holy basil. Tulsi nurtures clarity and resilience, aligning your heart's wisdom with your mind's eye and inviting gentle revelations. Practice placing 1 drop of frankincense oil in your palm and rub your palms together. Bring your palms up to your nose and cup this area for a few full, deep breaths. Place 1 hand on your third eye and the other over your heart, and inhale the oil's aroma deeply. As you press in on Yin Tang, say, I see the truth beneath my pain. Again, repeat this. I see the truth beneath my pain. Open your inner eyes. Sip Tulsi slowly, allowing insights to surface. Here is a sacred evening reflection ritual that allows you to softly surrender the day's tensions, feeling cradled in self-compassion and cultivating a gentle sense of release. Its purpose is to hold space for integrating insights, letting go of residual stress that built up during the day, and signaling to your nervous system that it's safe to rest and process. Choose peppermint or rosemary essential oil for your evening ritual. Peppermint invigorates mental clarity and awakens intuitive awareness, while rosemary sharpens memory and amplifies psychic vision. Prepare an herbal tea. Peppermint is the tea of choice. It calms the mind, soothes the body, and creates open space for inner messages to emerge. Here's your practice. Gaze softly into candlelight or a dim lamp. Diffuse oil or inhale it directly from your palm. Breathe in the aroma of peppermint and sweet honey as you sip your tea. And press Yin Tang with gentle pulses. Whisper, I honor the story my body tells. Say it again. I honor the story my body tells. In traditional Chinese medicine, pain is simply stuck energy, issues lodged in the tissues and fascia that hold ancestral unfinished trauma. When we only treat symptoms, we may quiet discomfort, but we miss the invitation to grow. You might have spent nights cycling through pain relievers, therapy sessions, and endless self-help mantras, only to wake up still carrying that ache in your body and heart. Instead, welcome your pain as a messenger. Sit with the sensation and ask, what is this truly asking me to see? What part of me needs healing? In that listening, you shift from symptom survivor into co-creator with your own healing. Pain becomes a teacher, guiding you from confusion to clarity, from isolation to insight. By cultivating sacred sight, you transform every ache into an oracle of wisdom and step fully into the empowered healer you already are. Here's a deeper truth for sacred sight. Trusting your inner vision. Vision beyond surface. Your body doesn't just hurt, it speaks. When doubts cloud your inner vision, pause and ask, what truth is my pain inviting me to see? A sight story ritual is a contemplative practice that weaves together presence, intention, and the subtle narratives that your body offers. Sit quietly with your fingertips at Yin Tang. Inhale, breathe in 963 hertz vibration. Exhale, envisioning pain transforming into wisdom. Repeat this 3 times, allowing each cycle to reveal what lies beneath. Inhale, the vibration of the frequency. Exhale, envisioning pain transforming into wisdom. And here's an inner sight invocation. Cup a drop of frankincense in your palms and place them over your third eye. Whisper, I trust what comes through my inner vision. Again, I trust what comes through my inner vision. Sip Tulsi, honoring the revelations that emerge. Remember where you began, carrying unseen burdens, seeking fixes that never quite hit the mark, wondering if true healing was even possible. Along this journey, you learn to honor your body's wisdom with remembrance, offer yourself devotion through ceremony, hone your clarity with precision, grant yourself permission to release, and now you're awakening your sacred sight to see beneath the surface. You have pressed points, breathed oils, sounded frequencies, and tasted teas, all as invitations to remember the healer already within you and let their magic medicine work. May you return again and again to these 5 frequencies: remembrance, devotion, precision, permission, and sacred sight, walking them as a path of discernment for whatever arises next. Together, they form a circle of support for your ongoing transformation. Whenever a new shadow beckons or an old story stirs, come home to these rituals, these frequencies, this community of seekers. I will always be right beside you. Here's my closing reminder. Your vital force is the master architect. Once the blueprint of imbalance is updated, the body can remodel the tissue back toward health. When your vital force sings in harmony, the layers of excess energy in tissue naturally resolve, and your skin becomes one more mirror of your restored balance. You already know the way back to wholeness. Let each mindful touch and ritual guide you home. Next up, episode 30 is integrating the 5 frequencies into a sound healing journey. Episode 30, Self-Healing Ritual, Remember Your Body's Whispers. We will weave all 5 healing frequencies, remembrance, devotion, precision, permission, and sacred sight, into a unified sound healing journey. We will be putting all the pieces of the story together. You'll feel the familiar hum of 396 hertz, releasing ancestral burdens, the devotion of 528 hertz, infusing your heart with love, the clarity of 639 hertz, aligning your mind's vision, the freedom of 741 hertz, granting you permission to be fully you, and the illumination of 953 hertz as your sacred sight awakens. Together, these tones guide you through a magical recap of how frequency has shaped your transformation so far, and prepare you to step deeper into your power as the healer you already are. Let each point, oil, and word become a return to your original wholeness. Here I am again, offering you a sacred gift. If you haven't yet received your sacred gift from me, I'd love to share something that will support you right now. Grab Shift from Stress to Bliss in 60 seconds, a free audio and PDF guide that'll walk you through the acupressure point, inner gate, on your inner rest. It's calming, heart softening, breath deepening. It's a ritual you can return to anytime and anywhere. This is peace in your palm, a moment of nervous system reset, a moment of protecting your heart from the outside world, and a sacred breath for you and someone you love to drop back into your wholeness. Click the link in the show notes or visit healingtouchnaturalessentials.com and it will be delivered straight to your inbox. Please share this with someone you love. The world needs more sacred sight to offer healing to each other. Text me. The link is at the top of the show notes in every episode. Tell me how you're feeling with these sacred rituals. Which one will you do first? Remember, the power to heal is already in your hands. You are born with it. You are not broken. You are remembering. You are not too much. You are not behind. You are not here to learn healing. You are healing, one sacred ritual at a time. The seed is sown. Your breath knows. Your body remembers. I trust the healing is already unfolding. Until we meet again, may your inner sight guide you ever deeper, inviting you back to the sacred journey, together, one breath, one point, one simple inquiry at a time. What whispers is your sacred sight guiding you to hear and see next? That's my healing touch for today. With love and gratitude, thank you for tuning into this episode. It's because of you that I keep shining my light through my voice and my hands. I'm thrilled to be your guide on this journey to holistic wellness. Before you go, remember to hit the follow button so you never miss an episode, and be sure to follow my blog for visuals of all the acupressure PDFs to enhance your learning. I'm Marci Lubore, and I'll meet you here next time on Natural Healing at Your Fingertips.